Illuminati Sprite commercial. Like if you're just like cold like this Sprite soda, like if Mouthpiece is doing that, then I don't know what that is. What's up? This is No Big Deal representing Middle Tennessee and Indie Tribe. You are now in the field with the Trackstarz.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
Yeah, so this episode is sponsored by True Strength Apparel. So if you have not gone to their website and gotten your gear yet, then you need to do that. As we said, Jeremiah, he's rocking his hoodie.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm hot in it too.
Repping well. Also, for all our artists out there, Rap Reel is coming up, so you need to hurry up, get those submissions in. And if you have not pre-ordered Wonder Years on iTunes, you need to make that happen because, you know, it's significant. Also, for any artists who are looking for music distribution, be sure to hit us up at nectar@trackstarz.com. So, yeah, just make that happen.
Yeah, man. So we got No Big Deal in the building. What's up, man?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How's your project going?
Man, the support has been crazy.
Yeah, man. It sure has. All up on the chart, man. I'm like, goodness. Where were you on the hip hop chart for a second? I saw that. Yeah. That's awesome, man.
On iTunes.
That's big. That's huge.
Number 7, man. We were like,
that's
dang,
huge.
Yeah. On Big Sean's week.
That's yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like I decided to come out and mess up your week.
Right. So,
wow.
No, man, God's been very good to us. We were not expecting that at all. So
that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, man, all right, let's get into this, man. Tell them the name so they could go get it.
Canopy.
I've been messing it up. I've been like cantaloupe. Canopy.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody said on Twitter, like, say it with me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, people were like saying hammock and
well,
like they were getting the concept mixed up.
I still seen the C, so I don't know where hammock came from, but I still seen it.
Yeah, so, but yeah, canopy, like a forest canopy. So
gotcha.
That's what's up, man. And little N with a period at the end. We've been messing that up for months now.
That's right. No big deal. All lowercase with a period. There's a message, man.
Okay, what's the message?
It's part of the.
We don't know.
It's that.
Educate.
Oh heck no! Trackstarz, come on now. It's that it's not about me. So like everything is lowercase with the period.
Gotcha.
Like it's part of the no big deal.
So it's like the new
That's
just.
nice.
Yeah.
It's the new just whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
so it's like I'm no big deal.
Right. It's
Okay.
kind of like the opposite of capital Lord in the Bible or capital Yahweh.
very
Like
cool.
it's trying to be the exact opposite.
I like that.
That's awesome.
I like that.
That's
Very
what's up,
cool.
man.
Yeah, man. Okay, so before we get into the noteworthy today, we got another letter from our guy in Death Row right now. He said thank you. We're going to redo his graphics for the church he started. And so we wanted to make sure, because this is how he hears us. He listens to the show while they all listen to it in prison. And this is how he gets updates from us. So he said thank you. He loves the idea we had to help him with the project. He sent lyrics to his songs.
Oh, wow.
So that's awesome. So we're one person he was excited about was Derek Minor. So we're gonna reach out to him.
Okay.
See if he can help with this, man. But it's awesome, man. He's got a lot of people helping him already.
Well,
so.
give us the project idea, because I think we got people here probably can talk to Derek.
So if you want,
and we can try to get that going.
I'll contact Doc in a second. But so if you don't know the story, there's people on death row listen to our show every week. And we got a letter from one of them. And he was basically saying he just started a church. Last week, I don't have the old letter, but he sent us, he started a church and they needed a new logo. So they're asking if we could help him with that. And he also said that he's working on an album. And I'm like, working on an album? How's that? So basically, he wrote his lyrics out and he's sending it to his friend, and he's getting artists to basically, he's ghostwriting his album for other artists to perform. They're going to put them all together and put out an album, basically his story performed by other artists, since he can't do it, right?
Yeah.
So I thought it was a dope idea. So we wanted to help him see if we can get some artists in the Christian hip hop community to help him with it, because we do this whole topic on ghostwriting, and this is actually ghostwriting for a purpose. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if since let's do it for real. You know what I mean? Like do it for a good reason. So we've been communicating back and forth. We're actually going to get a number to him soon, so he could actually talk to us. But yeah, man, so he's excited about it. He sent some lyrics to his songs. Gonna reach out to some of the artists he mentioned and see if we could get that pushed through. But yeah, man, so since he's listening, we hear you, man. We got the letter. We gonna keep helping, and we appreciate, man, you listening to the show.
Yeah, man.
So it's encouragement for him in the church. he said there's a lot of people joining it, and there's a good little crew. Man. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Amazing. So the fact that his life story can help somebody from death row, I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Real death row, not the label.
Yeah, not the label. Just people.
That's what I was thinking. Wait a minute.
Yeah, this is Suge.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Suge wrote it.
Suge.
Anyway, so we have another.
It's bumping.
We got another noteworthy for you guys.
Yes. So the subject of this is: do we want to reach the world? So it says, hey, I'm a huge fan of CHH and love many of the smaller artists that are simply amazing. I'm often asked for music by people at work who also love hip hop. I really only have CHH now, and the music never turns them off because I will only listen to high quality music and lyricism, so they can claim it's not. They can't claim it's corny. I just saw the Dream Junkies bandwagon rap featured in the Rap Critics Best of 2016 list, and it got me thinking. I love getting into CHH as it freed me from secular music that I loved but couldn't stand for the same values anymore. But now I wonder if as a community of fans we want CHH to be big or mainstream popular. We have a backpack rap, underground feel, and I suspect we want to keep it that way. We should be an outreach, and although many artists are, I wonder if the fans feel so engaged and included by CHH that we don't want to become top of the chart, question mark. I'm praying through this for myself, but I love your thoughts too.
So he's worried that it's getting too mainstream, is it?
Yeah, like, do we want it to just be big or mainstream popular? And like, I guess, will we lose that underground like authenticity? And like, will the fans feel less engaged?
Okay.
And so that feeling like, oh, the fans can't connect anymore, would we rather them not be at the top of the charts?
What y'all think?
You want to go first?
Okay, yeah. I want it to be big. I want it to be huge, you know? Just like I want the gospel to be big and be huge. Like, if our message is centered on Christ, then why would we not want it to be huge, you know? Yeah. But I feel like I understand what they're saying. Like, you know, even with like Chance, like, if I've been following him forever, and now that like he's big, I even said last night, I was like, I kind of hate that he's big, because like now all these Chance fans, I'm like, y'all aren't really Chance fans. Y'all don't really know Chance. Like, you saw him on the Grammys. Like, you think he remixed Chris Tomlin's song? Like, he was. So, I mean, I understand that, but I think that's like part of the Christian culture too. Is like, we want to have stuff that's just for ourselves or whatever. But it's like, that's not even our main mission anyway. Like, our main mission is for the gospel to be everywhere, for our message to be everywhere. So as long as our music is focused on that, of course I want it to be huge. I want it to be top of the charts. I want it to be everywhere, you know?
Right.
So that's my opinion.
Yeah, basically how I see it is like, I think a lot of people are scared of like God doing big things, you feel me? But everybody likes to, like, they're so comfortable in the little things that are happening. It's just like, when something big happens, they assume it's already bad. It's like, they had to compromise somehow. But how did the gospel change people? 12 disciples, that thing exploded. You're talking about thousands of followers and stuff like that, and people being changed, miracles happening. It's like, people just going to be skeptical from the top. They're going to be like, nah, they're doing something wrong. And we could be doing everything right, you feel me? Yeah. But there is sometimes when people compromise, and they start doing things that are not focused on the gospel, centered on the gospel, which like ultimately like taint what we're trying to do, but you just want to make it as big as possible. That's ultimately.
Are we worried at all about a day when Christian hip hop would just be popular and not, like, for instance, it's just it's what's in now versus it being an authentic expression of your relationship with God, where artists that don't have one would do it just to fit in? Is that a worry at some point?
I have a funny story with that. Basically, I remember I just started doing music, right? And I remember I had a couple of homies who weren't believers. Like, they don't refer, like, you could tell, like you just, I rock with them. They're my homies and stuff. But they wanted to get into the Christian hip hop thing just because everybody was riding that wave. So when they saw, it's like, yo, this is dope. You getting performances, and let me get on track with you. Let me say that I do the same thing. I'm like, you ain't doing the same thing as me though. Like, what you talking about? It's just like, oh, let me do that. And it's dangerous because it's like people get so caught up in like people paying attention, but like kind of like you explaining your name and stuff like that with no big deal. Is just like, it's not really about us. You feel me?
Right.
So I think that's like the ultimate goal, is like to see Christ glorified.
Is that clear? Do people watching us, is that clear that this is not just something that's popular? Because I mean, it's starting to get popular. Like
Yeah.
down in
it's
Florida,
starting.
Social Club is popular.
Oh, yeah.
Lecrae is popular.
Yeah.
Are people getting right away that this is something that you can't just mimic, that you actually have to be?
I think I don't think so yet. I think people don't understand that I don't think they understand it's a lifestyle that comes with the music. But I think because regular hip hop, it's the opposite. It's the music that creates the lifestyle. I think our music is lifestyle that creates the music. You know what I mean? Where there's, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's where, that's the difference. And I think people could probably be like, I could do a song about God, I could do a song about Jesus, I could do a song about that. But I think the authenticity, the realness of it will come out, and you'll see it. You know what I mean? Like just saying like being real. Honestly, man, I'm one of those people with like, because coming into Christian hip hop early, I like it small, but then I understand it being big. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I think at the same time, you kind of like what you were saying about Chance, like, y'all don't know that. You wasn't there when the duct tape was on Lecrae's mouth. You wasn't there.
Come on, man. Yeah.
You wasn't there with the tunnel rats. You wasn't there with Cross Movement. You don't know nothing about this ambassador. You know what I mean? So I'm one of those people that was like, I like it small. But at the same time, you see the power in growth. You see the power of, it's almost like a church. Like when the church is growing and it's vibrant, and of course you have weeds here and there, and of course you have bad situations, but at the same time when it's growing and getting more popular, that's the testament of what we're doing and what the body of Christ is doing in CHH.
What we need is actually more solid Christians that want to be behind the scenes. Like the infrastructure is what's going to keep it safe. People who want to be the Rick Rubens and the you know what I mean, and the I can't remember people's names, which is probably why nobody wants to be them.
Russell Simmons,
the Simmons and all those kind of people. But we need solid Christians that want to be the bin washer. You know what I mean? Like you want to be behind the scenes. Yeah, that's kind of what we have. A lot of artists that are solid.
Or the Doc Watsons.
We need help. We need help with the infrastructure.
Yeah,
you know
that's so true.
Can you imagine the day though when Christian hip hop is the fad, it is what's in, and like shows like this is the popularity of the Breakfast Club, and Breakfast Club is the one fighting for viewers. Like, can you imagine the day when this is the in thing, and the other artists are the ones that you really got to look for?
Come on, Jesus.
What would that look like? Would that be good?
Bring it.
Is that what we want? Is that the goal?
I think it's the goal, man. I think the goal is, first off, the of course we said the goal was glorification of Christ, but I think the goal is to get this popular, because I'm thinking about, and I mean we go back and forth with this concept, me and SEANTANA, about music and the powerful of music, and I've seen, you can see when bad music does to young people and what it does to them, but when good music gets in their lives and music that's culturally relevant and changes them, like you can see the power of identity in music.
And I don't even think it has to be that is no longer popular. I think if we just can even be at a point where we can compete, that would be all we need. You know what I mean? Like just to get that voice out, just to really like make Jesus known. Because there are so many people in communities who have not seen it lived out. It doesn't seem practical to them in their environment. It just doesn't seem practical.
So I just did the influences and inspiration playlist on Spotify, where I was all the songs that kind of made me who I am, that kind of built me. And a lot of the ones from early 90s are all secular, because I didn't know anything about Christian hip hop. I first heard about Christian hip hop with Grits and KT52 and people like that. So there was a whole span of my life where that didn't exist in my world. So my playlist is a mix. Yeah. Can you imagine the day where kids growing up would say like their influences and inspiration would be full of Christian hip hop artists?
That'd be dope.
Can you imagine that?
That would be great.
Amazing.
That means that your work and time and put in and effort worked. It worked out for you. Like to have a kid at 16 and a kid that ends up growing up in it. Like you meeting kids that says, like I'm seeing interviews with KJ. He's saying that a guy saying like I'm 35 or I'm in late 30s or early 30s, late 20s. I'm a pastor now, but I started listening to you when I was 16. You know what I mean? Like that's the power of the power of you as an artist, that you can go that long, and then two, your words having power in somebody's life.
You ready for that? You ready for people 20 years from now being like, yo, I grew up on Canopy, Purple Dinosaur. I grew up on that.
I don't think I could be ready for what's gonna happen in 20 years right now. You know what I mean? But I do hope that my music does affect people the way that the people we've been talking about affected me growing up. You know, Ambassador, Lecrae. You know, After the Music Stops, Christology.
Yeah.
All that's what was poured into me. My uncle gave me those CDs, and that helped shape who I become. And I hope that God uses my music in the same way. So
now the question is, these kids that we're talking about 20 years from now, are they Christians? Did it change their life? I mean, that's the question. They may have listened to it, but are they actually believers, or is it just part of the culture now?
No,
is that what we're doing?
I think it will change.
You think
it will change your life. I mean, if you look at the way like youth emulate like the lifestyle behind hip hop, like mainstream hip hop, it literally is a direct depiction. Now, granted, like those artists are like, I came out of this situation and I'm trying to reach these people and it's relatable, but at the same time, they're presenting a lifestyle that is not like these kids they haven't experienced having Bugattis and stuff like that, but they aspire to have those things, right? So I think, if that's constantly what you're around, if people are promoting that, you're going to want to be that.
So here's the question. Would you be mad if you saw Mouthpiece or like somebody and they rapping in a Sprite commercial?
No.
Would that be too much? Like,
why would it be too much?
I'm asking, like commercialism, because once something hot,
that's how it has to work.
About that.
Yeah, marketing is what gets you to the forefront. Like,
I guess it depends on what
your marketing.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
Unless they twist that much,
right? like the Lil Yachty Sprite commercial. Like if you're just like cold like this Sprite soda, like if Mouthpiece is doing that, then I don't know what that.
I mean, but then it's just the element of like people have to dig deeper too. Like, you know what I mean? Like if somebody just encounters you in one situation, like, because I know you were saying like they just might not catch it right now, but you got like that digging deeper aspect is important too.
Is the rise of more secular artists actually talking more about God? Is it now even more urgent for us to get our content in there to be
it is.
Yes.
This is what it really is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's even more urgent now. So like this whole what we are doing here, the Trackstarz brand, the whole goal is to get godly content in there because people are interested.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not completely opposed to it the way they used to be.
Yeah,
so they're
true.
open. So now we gotta get people in there. You know what I mean?
Because
like we have to.
Because now you're hearing two different sides of God, or the worldly way of God, the worldly point of view of God, and then we want to present the right point of view of God, like saying, like, do God have a problem with this or that? Where somebody's saying, yeah, I'm blessed, or I'm this, and the money, God gave me this money, or whoop, whoop, and it's like, oh, okay, God did give you that money, but you know, you got to dig
this
deeper.
is why He gave it to you.
Yeah. So I think at the same time, you got to have that balance, because I think right now we're in an era where Christian terms are getting used everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's not even Christian no more. Blessed. I'm hearing regular people saying I'm blessed now. Like,
Right.
and highly
Regular
favored.
people.
No, you done heard us say highly favored?
Highly favored.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Everything.
Oh wow.
So we gotta be on our
Another
A game
level.
with this, man.
And they're judging the goodness of God on whether they get the blessings that these rappers are talking about, because the songs make it sound like reason that God is good, the reason that I live this life is because He is required like a genie to give me these things. When I send my praises up, it's guaranteed. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
That's
never
real.
thought about it like that.
That's real.
That's so true.
So we need you guys to do well. You hear me?
Hey, man.
This album needs to do well.
Trying, dog.
We need y'all to do well. I mean, this is
keep Jesus
I'm
first.
being super
for real.
serious.
Yeah.
It's hard though. That's
You hear me? I need everybody in this room, because some of the people in
What's
this
up?
room are behind the scenes. Some people in this room are in front of the mic. I need all, and you people listening too, I need all of you guys to do well, because you are necessary.
Yeah.
We need workers out there.
Excellent.
For real.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of work to do.
Whatever your role is too, don't diminish that because you're not on stage or you're behind a microphone talking. If you are a producer, or if you're an engineer, or if you're whatever, a filmmaker, whatever you do that's giving glory to God in this genre, we need you, and don't look down on it because you're not.
Even like pastors and stuff too, like pouring into the artists' lives, because it's like we're trying to put, like, since we're put on a platform, right, and we get to pour into other people's lives, we need people pouring into ours.
right.
Yeah.
And not everybody's looking for
That's
mentors
good.
and stuff
That's
like that. So
good.
even mentors are important in like CHH.
All I'm saying is
That's good, yeah.
Ashley mentioned is ripe out there right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's ripe. We need people. So that's why we're doing this. All right, you in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, SEANTANA, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.